Ladies and gentlemen, something unthinkable just detonated inside the America First movement, and the shockwaves are still rippling across the country tonight because as of November 2025, President Donald J. Trump, yes, the same Trump who built his entire political legacy on protecting American workers, just set off a political firestorm that is so intense, it's so unexpected that even his own MAGA base did not see this coming. Not the influencers, not the activists, not even the conservative media giants. Nobody saw this. And the craziest part? Well, it wasn't an accident. It wasn't a misstep. It wasn't a slip. It wasn't a flip-flop. According to insiders, the entire eruption, the outrage, the infighting, the headlines screaming MAGA civil war, it was all planned, designed, executed with precision because behind the scenes, a billion-dollar war has just broken out between President Trump and the corporate lobbying machine that has controlled U.S. immigration policy for decades. Look, big tech, multinational CEOs, Silicon Valley billionaires, they're all in this full-blown panic after Trump just hit them with a stunning $100,000 H-1B visa fee. Now, this is the most brutal strike against cheap labor exploitation America has ever seen. And when President Trump publicly floated expanding skilled visas and the base erupted in fury, that wasn't the mistake that the media pretended that it was. No, this was the fuse. This was a fuse that he lit on purpose. So tonight, I'm going to go ahead and walk through why President Trump just did this, why the backlash was necessary, and more importantly, why this moment may go down as one of the most brilliant tactical plays of his presidency. What you're about to see is how a single immigration comment triggered a MAGA earthquake, a corporate revolt, a federal lawsuit, and the biggest fight between Trump and Silicon Valley since 2017. And of course, by the end of the video, you're going to be asking yourself the same question that millions of Americans are asking themselves right now. Was this a meltdown or was this 5D chess? A misstep or a masterstroke? Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because what you're about to hear, this is going to completely rewire how you see the last 72 hours and expose a secret strategy that absolutely no one saw coming. Hit the like button and subscribe. So right after President Trump mentioned skilled immigration earlier this week, the political atmosphere detonated. I mean, social media imploded, comment sections erupted, conservative outlets ran emergency live streams because even though President Trump has spent years attacking H-1B abuse, this one moment, this one phrase, this sent shockwaves through the entire America First movement. Supporters have followed President Trump since 2015 suddenly felt blindsided, confused, and unsure whether they heard him correctly, right? Like, did he make a mistake? The speed and the intense of this reaction stunned everybody because nobody expected a single policy reference to ignite the largest internal debate that MAGA has seen in years. And so within hours, hashtags like no more H-1Bs, hashtag protect American workers, these started to surge to the top of the conservative spaces. Influencers were split, commentators warned of cracks in the movement. Even normally united America First circles found themselves in these heated arguments about what Trump really meant. Like, what did he actually mean by this, right? Now, some accused donors and lobbyists of pushing Trump. Others insisted that it was a trap. But the emotional chaos was real. Panic, anger, betrayal, and even disbelief because longtime supporters openly questioned the direction of the administration. Conservative headlines began using words like rift and civil war, MAGA meltdown, all amplifying the sense that something unprecedented had just happened. Now, there's a moment when people realize that they've just been overpaying or missing benefits, and it's usually followed by two words, never again. And this is why I partnered with Chapter, folks. They show you what your Medicare plan is really doing and what it should be doing. Now, one of our viewers said, Chapter opened my eyes. I can't believe I waited this long. So let me ask you, when is your moment of truth coming? Because I can tell you this much, most people already had theirs calling 909-563-8279, the phone number at the bottom of your screen, or after visiting askchapter.org/Ron. Oh, and just look at what our viewers are saying lately. So Vicky, she said, talk to Chapter. They were a huge help. I saved a lot. Thank you for sharing and helping us. God bless. Tina said, I got help from Chapter. Thank you. It was so great. Now, people aren't just saving money. They're getting clarity, confidence, and honestly, a little bit of relief that they didn't expect. All right, so let's get back to what's actually happening because what happens next, this is where things really heat up. So while the MAGA base was exploding online, something even bigger was detonating behind closed doors. President Trump, he wasn't just talking about visas. He had already moved forward with a crushing $100,000 H-1B visa fee rolled out through a regulatory change earlier this month. Now, the second that rule hit the Federal Register, I'm talking corporate America went into cardiac arrest. Big tech executives scrambled emergency calls, multinational CEOs panicked, hiring managers warned of catastrophic consequences because this wasn't symbolic. This was financial warfare, an economic strike directed at Silicon Valley's decades decades-long dependency on cheap, visa-locked labor. So within 48 hours, the billion-dollar lobbying machine, it roared to life. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce, tech coalitions, and multinational business associations, they launched an aggressive counteroffensive culminating in a federal lawsuit challenging Trump's new $100,000 fee. Corporate lawyers accused the administration of overreach, economic sabotage, and harm to business continuity. Conservative outlets, they framed it as a historic showdown. Trump, the sitting president in 2025, taking on the most powerful economic interests in the country alone, all by himself. The narrative shifted very fast. In fact, this wasn't just a policy dispute. This was a full-scale war between America first and America last. So now, here's where everything turns upside down. Now, according to insiders and longtime Trump observers, the president's public comments about bringing in more highly skilled workers, they weren't a policy shift. They were actually a strategic trap. This is the same tactic used in the original transcript. Trump floats an idea that he knows special interest groups want, watches his base erupt, and then he uses that eruption as a leverage to push back against the donors and the lobbyists. It's kind of like a political jujitsu. By letting the backlash explode, Trump gains proof that expanding H-1Bs is politically toxic, giving him the ammunition to reject corporate demands outright. Now, the online infighting, it became fierce enough that several outlets framed it as a MAGA civil war. Hardliners accused Trump of drifting from America first. Moderates insisted that he was playing a deeper game, though. Independents were genuinely confused about this. The deeper question wasn't whether the movement was splitting, it was whether Trump intended this movement. Because every internal disagreement, every heated debate, every viral post strengthened the argument that expanding visas would fracture the base. But in effect, the ripple itself became political currency. Now, what looked like chaos may actually have been Trump gathering evidence for a larger strategic move. Now, to understand why this moment feels so explosive, you really have to revisit President Trump's long and very public war against H-1B abuse. Since 2017, Trump has repeatedly condemned companies using the program to replace American workers with cheap foreign labor. He called the system a scam, a racket, and a corporate loophole that poisons the U.S. job market. Drop a racket down below if you agree with him. Now, he has demanded reforms prioritizing the highest paid, highest skilled applicants and vowed that H-1Bs should never be used to displace Americans. In fact, this history is why his recent comments felt so shocking. They clashed directly with nearly a decade of consistent rhetoric. Now, the outrage makes even more sense when you look at the raw numbers. I mean, today, look, more than 700,000 H-1B workers are currently employed inside the United States right now. Roughly 70% came from India and 10 to 15% from China, and a staggering 80% of approvals are for entry-level jobs, not the elite. Specialized roles Americans are told about. Thousands of U.S. workers have been replaced, sometimes even forced to train their foreign replacements, which is ridiculous. And CEOs boost profits through cheaper labor. Meanwhile, H-1B workers are trapped in a visa dependency cage, unable to switch jobs without losing status. It's exploitation layered on top of exploitation. So Vice President J.D. Vance, he stepped into the debate with unmistakable clarity here. Reinforcing the administration's America First position, he pushed back hard against the narrative that Americans aren't talented enough, calling it a complete lie manufactured by corporations addicted to cheap foreign labor. Now, Vance argued that the solution isn't importing more entry-level workers. It's investing in American citizens who have been overlooked for decades. Drop an amen if you agree with J.D. Vance. Now, his comments provided reassurance to many who feared a policy shift, signaling that Trump's team remained committed to ending foreign labor dependency. It also strategically recentered the message around empowering American workers and not replacing them. Now, the entire political earthquake unfolded in less than a week. It began when President Trump publicly discussed skilled immigration options, triggering immediate confusion. Within hours, MAGA social media ignited. Conservative influencers split publicly. Then the bombshell hit. Corporate lobbying groups filed a federal lawsuit against Trump's new $100,000 H-1B fee. Headlines warning of cracks in the movement spread everywhere. Donor networks reportedly pressured the White House. Silicon Valley panicked, yet Through all of it, Trump didn't walk anything back. He didn't soften. He didn't clarify. Instead, he let the backlash grow and the pressure intensify. So the lawsuit filed by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and several major business coalitions revealed just how threatened corporate America feels. Their argument centered on claims that Trump's $100,000 H-1B fee would create irreparable harm to their industries by cutting off access to inexpensive labor pipelines. But beneath the legal language was the real motivation: fear of losing the cheap, visa-dependent workforce that they've relied on for decades. These companies warned of talent shortages, but what they really meant was skyrocketing labor costs that they were afraid of. To them, this wasn't just regulation. This was an existential threat to their bottom line. Now, according to insiders, this is where Trump's strategy becomes unmistakable. He often floats donor-requested ideas publicly, not to adopt them, but to kind of measure the reaction. So when the America First base erupts, it gives him undeniable proof that certain policies are politically impossible. And so that reaction becomes a shield. He can then return to the donors and say, look, my base won't accept this, and if I push it, I'm going to lose elections. So in this model, the MAGA movement isn't a liability, it's leverage. The louder the backlash, the stronger Trump's negotiating position becomes. And the base actually becomes the barricade that he stands behind. Now, underneath all the noise, this fight, it's about defining a question. Who controls the American workforce? Its citizens or the multinational corporations that treat the country like a labor marketplace? Wages, job security, family stability, the survival of the middle class, even America's sovereignty, it's all tied to the battle. Now, for decades, big tech and Fortune 500 giants, they have dictated labor policy through immigration, loopholes designed to undercut American talent. Trump's crackdown challenges that power structure directly. I mean, this isn't a policy disagreement. This is a struggle over who gets to shape America's economic future, working Americans or the boardroom elites. Silicon Valley's reaction made their priorities crystal clear. CEOs warn investors of cost spikes. Tech companies scramble to model the financial impact of losing their visa-dependent labor pools. Internal memos reportedly flagged margin compression and operational disruptions if companies were forced to hire Americans at market wages. The panic wasn't just philosophical, it was financial. Look, H-1B workers locked to employers by immigration constraints have been the backbone of corporate cost cutting for years. Trump's $100,000 fee threatens that system overnight. The fear to Silicon Valley isn't about losing talent. It's about losing control, leverage, and cheap labor. So the anger over H-1B abuse isn't theoretical, it's documented. Over the last decade, the Department of Labor launched more than 175 federal investigations into companies accused of underpaying foreign workers, misclassifying job roles, or outright replacing veteran American employees. Oh, and in some cases, U.S. workers with decades of loyalty are forced to train their own replacements before being terminated. It hardly gets any worse than that, doesn't it, right? Executives then took the profits, raked in the bonuses while slashing costs through immigration loopholes. The system created this two-tier workforce, exploited foreign workers on one side, and just displaced Americans on the other without even a single care in the world. Trump's policies directly challenge the economic engine behind this exploitation. So this is where the MAGA movement becomes more than an audience. It becomes the engine of Trump's political leverage. So when the base reacts loudly and decisively, it gives Trump something that no donor can overrule: undeniable political reality. Their outrage becomes the evidence that he presents to the lobbyists, proving which policies are completely off limits. So in this way, the base isn't just supporting Trump, they're actually shaping the battlefield around him. You are the plan isn't a slogan, it's the blueprint. So the stronger they push back, the more powerful Trump's position becomes in every negotiation with corporate and political elites. So behind the scenes, lobbyists are livid. Now, for decades, they've enjoyed near total control over immigration policy, expecting presidents, Republican and Democrat, to prioritize donor interests over voter demands. But Trump breaks that model completely. He listens to the base, not to the boardrooms. And the lobbyists hate that. Reports are saying donor groups privately accuse Trump of governing by mob sentiment, meaning he refuses to abandon the America First agenda just to please wealthy contributors. So what they call a mob, Trump calls the American people. And their frustration shows exactly how deeply this populist approach threatens the old political order. This controversy exploded because it hit every nerve in the America First movement. Immigration is foundational to MAGA's identity. So if you even hint at a policy drift, this triggers intense reaction. I mean, the internet amplified disagreements, turning minor differences into massive debates. The corporate lawsuit raised the stakes, creating the perfect narrative storm. Meanwhile, mainstream media seized the moment, pushing MAGA Civil War headlines to drive clicks. And beyond the noise, millions of jobs and billions in corporate profits are hanging in the balance. This wasn't just another news cycle. This became the defining political flashpoint in 2025. So when you zoom out, Trump's endgame becomes hard to miss. By imposing a brutal $100,000 H-1B fee, triggering donor panic and allowing the MAGA backlash to detonate publicly, he's cornering the very industries that have profited from foreign labor exploitation for decades. His goal isn't simply to reform immigration. It's to collapse the business model that relies on undercutting American wages by forcing corporations to hire domestically, pay fairly, and invest in American workers. Trump is shifting the economic landscape entirely. It's not just policy, it's structural change, and corporate America knows this. And so now that the dust is settling, the question becomes unavoidable. Was this an accidental political explosion or one of President Trump's most calculated moves yet? He triggers base outrage, exposed donor pressure, provoked a billion-dollar lawsuit, and revealed exactly who benefits from America's immigration loopholes. The MAGA movement looked divided, but the backlash strengthened Trump's negotiating power. Silicon Valley looked confident, but the $100,000 fee shattered their cheap labor pipeline. So was this chaos or 5D chess? One thing is certain, guys. Trump just reshaped the immigration battlefield, and absolutely no one saw this coming.